The road to her heart. The rain fell mercilessly over the highway from New York to Boston. It was a moonless night. Thick clouds blanketed the sky, and the headlights of the luxury car barely pierced the darkness. The young man behind the wheel was in a hurry, driving like he was running away from something. His grip tightened on the steering wheel, and his thoughts were miles away from the slippery road. At a sharp turn, the car lost control. The tires skidded, and everything spun into chaos. The vehicle flipped, hit a tree, and finally came to rest upside down. Silence. Darkness. When the young man opened his eyes, all he heard was a high-pitched ringing. Rain still hit his face, and pain shot through his side. He crawled out of the car, injured, disoriented, drenched, and without a single memory of who he was. He wandered aimlessly until he saw a light in the distance. Struggling with each step, he approached a small countryside house with the porch light on. He climbed the steps and knocked on the door before collapsing completely. "Hello?" a soft voice said from inside. A young woman opened the door. Her name was Caren, 27, who had recently moved into the house searching for a fresh start. She barely had time to ask anything before the stranger passed out in her arms. "Oh my God," she gasped, dragging him inside as best as she could. She got him onto the guest bed, dried him off, treated some of the visible wounds, and covered him in warm blankets. Caren stayed up all night, watching over him like a guardian angel. By morning, the aroma of coffee and toast filled the house. Caren was in the kitchen when she heard a groan. She rushed to the bedroom and found the young man sitting up, confused. "Where am I?" he asked, his voice hoarse. "You're in my house," she answered gently. "My name is Caren, and you are?" The young man looked down. He furrowed his brow, then met her eyes with distress. I don't know. I can't remember anything." Caren paused. She had read about amnesia but never imagined she'd witness it. "Well, first things first, you need to eat. You're weak. Let's take it one step at a time." As they ate, Caren observed him closely. His elegant manners, expensive watch, and refined tone hinted he wasn't just anyone. But he seemed fragile, like a man shattered by something more than an accident. "And you?" he asked between bites. "Do you live here alone?" "Yes. I moved here a few months ago. I'm an illustrator. I just needed a new beginning." He nodded slowly, as if he understood exactly what that meant. "Sometimes we have to get lost, to find ourselves," he murmured, not realizing how true that was for him too. Days passed. The man whom Caren started calling Jay for now began to heal. They walked together through the woods, cooked meals, laughed, and slowly they started to fall in love. One evening, as they watched a movie under a blanket, Jay looked into her eyes. "I don't know who I was," he whispered, "but I know who I am when I'm with you." Caren smiled, but inside she feared the day he'd remember. Would he still love her then? One morning, while cleaning the barn, Jay tripped over an old toolbox. He hit his head hard. Caren came running. "Jay, are you okay?" His eyes fluttered open. His expression changed. He clutched his head. "My name? It's Adam. Adam Whitmore." Caren stared in shock. "You remember?" "Yes, I'm from New York. My family owns Whitmore Enterprises. I left that night because I felt empty. All the money, the pressure. I just needed to breathe." They stood in silence. Karen's heart cracked. "Are you leaving?" she asked quietly. Adam didn't answer. The next morning, a private helicopter landed in the field outside her house. A man in a suit came running. "Sir, we've been searching for days. We thought you were dead." Adam stood at the steps of the helicopter, looking back at Caren, his eyes filled with longing and gratitude. "Thank you for saving me," he whispered, and then he was gone. 2 months passed. Caren tried to move on, but every corner of the house held a memory, his laugh, their walks, the way he said, "I know who I am when I'm with you." One autumn afternoon, someone knocked at the door. "Hello?" she said, opening it. There he was, Adam, holding a bouquet of wildflowers with a hopeful smile. "Now I know who I am, Caren, and I know who I want to be. I don't need a mansion or an empire, I just need this. Us." Caren didn't say a word. She embraced him tightly as tears rolled down her cheeks. Sometimes, you have to get completely lost to find the road that leads straight to love. Subscribe and comment and activate the bell. Thanks for belonging to this channel.